Good morning, children. Hope you all are fine. And today we are going to discuss our first lesson in SST. And the name of the lesson is Globes and Maps. In this lesson, we will study what is a map, what are globes, how many kinds of maps are there, and languages of a map. So, let's start. Our earth appears like a blue ball, but thousands of years ago, it was impossible to know what the world is like. The ground below our feet was more or less flat, so we guessed the whole world to be flat. It is only after Magellan went around the earth that the earth's actual shape was known. Our earth is round in shape and very large in size. Due to its spherical shape and large size, we cannot see the whole world at the same time. Even from space, only one half of the earth can be seen. It is difficult to study the earth without seeing it completely. So, a model of the earth can help us. Such a model is called a globe. Like Earth, a globe is round in shape and it is flattened at its poles just the way the Earth is. A rod passes through the 2 points of the globe and this represents the axis of the Earth on which the Earth rotates. In short, you can say a globe is a small model of the Earth. What is the meaning of model? Model means a copy of something, usually smaller than the original. And the globe shows physical features of the earth like seas, oceans, mountains, continents, and boundaries of various countries. But even on a globe, we can see only half of the earth at a time. The other half is hidden. We can see the other half by rotating the globe. Now, there are few advantages and limitations of using a globe. The first one is it helps us in studying geography. It helps pilots and sailors to plan their air and sea routes. It also helps us to know about the occurrence of day and night. Now, what are the limitations of a globe? The first one is a globe is very large in size, so we cannot carry it around. Next is the details on the globe are limited. It means we cannot see the details of a place on a globe. The next one is we cannot see the whole earth on a globe at a glance. If we have to see the another half, then we need to rotate it. Now, what are maps? A map is a drawing of the whole earth or a place in it on a sheet of paper. The word map comes from the Latin word mappa, which means a napkin. And do you know who makes maps? So, a person who makes maps as a profession is called cartographer, and this process is called cartography. Flemish mapmaker Gerardus Mercator was the first to publish a collection of maps in the form of a book. A book of maps is called an atlas. This is a kind of map which is drawn on a sheet of paper. Maps can be made in different sizes. We can make maps of the whole world, a country, a city, a village, or even a house. We can show all the details in it. A map can be better than a globe in some ways. but it has also some limitations. As we know, the earth is spherical in shape and its surface is curved. So, it is not possible to make an absolutely correct map from a curved surface. So, all maps have some errors. However, map of a small area can be fairly accurate. Even then, a map is more useful to study the earth. What are the advantages of using a map? So, I am going to tell you advantages of a map. Maps provide a lot of information and it can be easily carried around in bags and pockets as it can be rolled and folded. Maps are of different types. Each type of map contains a different type of information. We can also preserve information in maps. Now, how many types of maps are there? There are many types of maps, and the first one is physical map. A physical map shows the physical features of an area. The landforms and the water bodies can be clearly seen on this map. Land is shown in green and water in blue color on a physical map. As you can see here, this is a physical map of India, and in this diagram you can see northern mountains, northern plains, coastal plains, southern plateaus, and Indian desert. Different landforms are shown in different colors. Next one is political map. Political maps show boundaries of an area. They show townships, cities, states, and countries. As you can see in this picture, this is a political map of India. In this map, we can see the states and union territories of India. Next is thematic map. Thematic maps show detail of different themes. Different thematic maps show the distribution of soil, crops, forests, temperature, etc. Now, there are 4 types of thematic map. First one is climate maps. Climate maps provide information about the climate, rain, and snow in a region. Next one is economic or resource maps. It shows the type of natural resources or economic activity that is predominant in area. Predominant means more. Next one is topographic maps. Topographic maps include border lines to show the elevation of an area. Elevation means highness. Next is road maps. Road maps show the highways, roads, railway tracks, airports, and cities. We can use a road map to find our way about in a new city or town. This is a kind of thematic map which is showing average annual rainfall in India. As you can see here, this dark color is showing rainfall over 250 centimeter. This one is showing rainfall 150 to 250 centimeter. This one is showing rainfall from 100 to 150 centimeter. And this shade is showing rainfall from 40 to 100 centimeter, and the last one is showing rainfall under 40 centimeter. Now, how to read a map? People who make maps use different colors, signs, and symbols to show various things on a map, and this is called the language of a map. If we have to understand the information given on a map, we must know its language. So, the first one is direction, which helps us to study a map. As we know, north, south, east, and west are four main directions on a map. And all the maps follow the same system to show direction. The top of the map is north, the bottom is south. To your right is east, and to your left is west. The direction on a map can also be shown by an arrow, which is marked like this. This shows the north direction. Once you know where north lies, it is easy to find the other directions. Between the north and east lies the northeast. Between the east and south lies the southeast. Between the west and south lies the southwest. And between the north and west lies the northwest. Next one is scale. As we know, the earth is very big and it is not possible to show the actual size of the earth on a map. That is why scales are used in maps. For example, suppose the ground distance between two cities is 400 km. But it is not possible to draw 400 km on the map. Therefore, the distance of 400 km on the ground is represented by a smaller unit. Means it would be written as 400 km equal to 4 centimeter. In short, you can say on a map 100 km equal to 1 centimeter. Now the next one is colors on a map. Different colors are used to show various things on a map. Generally, maps follow a common scheme of colors. For example, on a physical map, water bodies such as oceans, seas, rivers, etc. are shown in blue. Plains and lowlands are shown in green. Agricultural lands are shown in yellow, and highlands are shown in orange and shaded brown. Now, the next one is signs and symbols. There is not enough space on a map to show mountains, rivers, lakes, dams, temples, churches, railway tracks, etc. But a map without such information will not be very useful. So, different signs are used to give information on a map. These symbols are drawn in different colors. For example, a dot with a circle. A dot with a circle marks capital cities. All maps have an index key or a map legend, and this helps us to understand what the symbols and signs stand for. For example, you can see this is the sign of a fort. This is the sign of state, and this is the sign of district. This is the sign of a temple, and this is of church. Through this index, you can take help how to study a map.